Good morning. Welcome students, families, friends, trustees, and honored guests to the commencement celebration of the class of 2024. How fortunate we are to gather in this beautiful place on this absolutely gorgeous morning to honor all that this class of students has achieved during their time at Brewster. To begin our ceremony, as is our tradition, I would like to ask Reverend Don Adams from the First Congregational Church of Wolfboro, our very good campus neighbor, to deliver today's invocation.
Let us be together in the spirit of prayer. Holy God, who is known by many names, as we gather here to celebrate the accomplishments of these students, we ask for your blessing. May our time together be rich with meaning. May we listen intently with open ears and open hearts that we might notice stories of courage, perseverance, creativity, and kindness. May we recognize each individual and also the community which has surrounded and supported them. Through our time together today, may we be filled with hope for the future and be inspired to go back into the world, bringing with us all the goodness we witness and partake in today. Amen.
Thank you so much, Reverend Adams. How far we've all traveled to arrive here today. I want to offer a special welcome to our families, our loved ones. You've joined us from around the globe, literally, in some cases traveling thousands of miles, a testament to the support that you have provided these graduates since their earliest steps. I also want to recognize some special guests who journeyed with Brewster for decades. Trustees Dan and Kathy Mudge are here for their 27th straight commencement and 30th year with Brewster. And former head of school David Smith and longtime admissions director Sheila Smith have faithfully attended commencement, get this, since 1970, 54 years of commencements at Brewster. Finally, I'd like to recognize our incredibly hardworking, our incredibly devoted faculty and staff for their commitment to the growth and success of these graduates. Thank you for the expertise, for the support, and for the love that you've poured into each of our students. How about a big round of applause for our faculty and staff? How far we have all traveled to arrive here today. Class of 2024, I'd like to talk with you about travel and our word of the year, unity. My family and I are preparing for a trip to Ireland this summer, and we enjoy planning our travel almost as much as the trip itself, so we've been reading a lot of guidebooks and watching a range of documentaries. And recently, my husband turned on a program about the natural world of Ireland. At first, I was doing some work, so I was kind of only half listening, but the narrator started describing the migration of Atlantic salmon, of all things. And I don't know, maybe it was the narrator's accent or the beautiful Irish music. I'm not really sure, but the story caught my attention and it moved me. So yes, please stay with me as I'm about to briefly share the life cycle of these fish, okay? The salmon are born in the lakes, rivers, and ponds of Ireland. Each spring, the juvenile fish make their way through the Irish waterways for hundreds of miles until they reach the Atlantic Ocean. They spend the next 2 to 3 winters in the open ocean, traveling another 1,000 miles or so to reach their feeding grounds north of the Arctic Circle before nature calls them back home. Here's the truly incredible part. They navigate across the ocean and find their way back to the very same lakes and ponds where they were born. An astonishing number of things need to go right for these salmon to complete their journey. After surviving countless threats in the broad ocean, the salmon rely upon the Irish rainy season to fill the streams and the rivers so that they can make their travel possible. They need to find enough food and nutrients for the bursts of activity that they need to swim upstream through currents and waterfalls. At points, they even need to scale large dams in order to reach their destination. Incredibly, they time their journey to arrive home by the shortest, darkest day of the year, where they spawn and lay their eggs and start the cycle all over again. It's kind of amazing, right? Maybe I'm just up here yammering on about fish, I'm not sure. I found it amazing. Let me try a different story, perhaps a little more relatable. Next weekend, hundreds of alumni will return to campus for reunion weekend. Last year, Patricia Catalfo, a member of the class of 1945, returned for her 78th reunion. Graduates, try to imagine yourselves 78 years from now. Which one of you is coming back? 78th reunion, returning to campus at the age of 96. Think of Patricia's journey during those intervening years. College, marriage to a fellow Brewster graduate, a career with General Electric, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, love, laughter, and loss. At 96 years old, it was important to Patricia to return to Brewster. No doubt there were countless logistics that she had to navigate in order to do so, personal dams that she needed to scale. But what a beautiful thing it was to watch her sitting in the newly renovated Grayson Student Center in Rogers, a building that was originally constructed in 1954, 9 years after her Brewster graduation. The building itself was literally on its second life, and there was Patricia, a joy to behold, living in the moment, mingling with alumni of all ages, tucking into her lobster dinner. She repeatedly told those around her, "I feel like a queen." Members of the class of 2024, you've already traveled far to arrive here today. From across the United States, from 17 countries around the world, you each chose to study in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. When I think about your paths and journeys, I picture those old cartography maps that charted the routes taken by early global explorers, Magellan, Cortez, Beret. Try to picture those meandering dotted lines that mark the paths of their journey, if you can. The dotted lines meandered because the explorers were truly discovering their way, from island to island, continent to continent, in and around storms. They returned with eyes more full of wisdom, with souls more mature for having experienced the journey. I think about those intrepid explorers when I reflect on the distance traveled by your class. As Zoe Hausler said in her Ivy address last evening, you've been fearless. You took full advantage of the opportunities presented to you at Brewster. You were everywhere. You traversed New England in Brewster buses, you hiked local trails, skied gunstock, wound your way through corn mazes, scaled rock faces, biked Sewell Woods, kayaked, rowed, and sailed across Wolfboro Bay. You jumped off rocks, braved the icy waters of the polar plunge. You even transported to World War II London and down the rabbit hole to Wonderland. As ninth graders, you made the daily climb to Team Cooper. As seniors, you walked the hallway of the ACK and proudly stepped on the seal. Many of you took advantage of off-campus trips. You walked in the footsteps of civil rights leaders in Birmingham, Alabama, traversed cobblestone streets in Santiago, visited our new campus in Madrid, navigated ocean currents in the Florida Keys, and competed in athletic events across the country, some even broadcast on national television. But these physical travels represent just a fraction of the much grander journey that you've been undertaking, a journey of intellectual exploration, ethical deliberation, social connection, and personal transformation. It's been truly special, and I know I speak for all of your faculty when I say it's been really special to witness your growth. Your curiosity has illuminated our classrooms and enriched our community. You're a group that cares about the right things. And most important, you know how to have fun. Thank you for setting the tone for the entire school this year. It was really noticed. It was really appreciated. Thank you for your leadership of countless clubs, events, daily activities. Just know this class will be really deeply missed at Brewster. As you move on to your next adventures, I wish we could map your journeys like those explorers of old. Can you picture that map? If we could map your journeys, I can picture 104 multicolored dashed lines that would traverse this globe, twisting, turning, sometimes intersecting with one another, and sometimes blazing solitary new trails. I do hope you'll come back to the lessons that you learned here at Brewster to make your voyage ahead a little smoother, that you'll use the values that you honed here as a compass to help you with all those navigational adjustments along the way. And mostly I hope you avoid things like scurvy and mutinies and starvation. I can't predict where your paths will go. but I am confident that you're prepared to lead purposeful lives. More than the paths that you'll travel, I wish we could catalog the impact that this class will have along the way. Big innovations for sure, but mostly your many small kindnesses that will really be what changes the world. But back to those fish for a moment. Each year, some of those salmon veer off course and don't find their way back home. Researchers have been trying to figure out why. Recently, they think they discovered an answer in something called collective movement ecology. Essentially, when some schools of fish get too small, they can get lost because they don't have enough collective wisdom. The successful groups make it home because they rely on each other. They share knowledge along the way to complete their journey. They need their team. My advice as you leave Lake Winnipesaukee for bigger waters, remember the importance of staying connected, of unity. Watching you through this week of senior activities, watching you come together in a big group on the dance floor at prom, your class connection is really, really clear. You're a special group and you're made stronger by each individual. No matter the passage of time and the diversity of your experiences ahead, you'll find a sense of camaraderie here and a shared identity with your classmates. Reach out to each other, support one another, share your knowledge. Don't ever feel like you're going it alone. Virtually anywhere you travel in the world, and this is incredible, anywhere you travel in the world, you can find a Brewster graduate. There's strength in that. Maximize that. Use that. And when you feel Brewster calling you back, we'll be here. Please don't wait 78 years. When you return, your meandering journeys will converge with alumni of all ages. You'll be part of a community that has endured and thrived for over 200 years. Talk about collective wisdom. Finally, let the journey be winding. As Sprite so wisely said last night in his Ivy Address speech, he said, be open-minded, be flexible, and embrace the unexpected. It doesn't hurt to stop here and there to enjoy the view, or maybe go off track a bit to pick up new skills and experiences that may be helpful in the future. I could not agree more. Enjoy the adventure, stay true to your values, and look to make a daily difference. On behalf of our faculty and our staff, I wish you safe travels and a wonderful journey ahead. Congratulations, class of 2024. And now, enough from me. I have the pleasure of introducing our class of 2024 valedictorian, Paulina Trott. Paulina made a big geographic adjustment to attend school here in Wolfboro. She hails from the beautiful city of Antigua, Guatemala. A 3-year student, Paulina joined us during her sophomore year. She hit the ground running and never stopped. Each year, she set a new and ever more challenging goal for herself, taking a rigorous course load and excelling in all that she undertook. During her senior year, she showed her remarkable capacities by taking an ACing, AP Research, AP Macroeconomics, AP Calculus AB, and AP Chemistry. Outside the classroom, Paulina found time to lead clubs, prioritized time for community service, and acted as the treasurer of the National Honor Society. Over her career, she's completed more than 100 hours of community service at Brewster. Paulina is graduating with a 2-year weighted GPA of 4.2805 and is headed to Northeastern University London in the fall, where I have no doubt she will continue her commitment to scholarship and her community. Please help me welcome to the podium your valedictorian, Paulina Trott.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, faculty, administrators, distinguished guests, and the class of 24. My name is Paulina Trott, a proud Guatemalan honored here today as the valedictorian of the class of 2024. It is a privilege to stand here today and represent our incredible group of graduates. First and foremost, I want to thank our families, friends, and loved ones for their unwavering support throughout our academic journeys. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this milestone in our careers. Your presence here today is a testament to the impact each of you has had on our lives. You've been our pillars, our cheerleaders, our guiding lights, and for that, we are eternally grateful. I want to give a special shout out to my siblings, Alex, Solara, and John, for always being there for me. To Fred, Denise, James, and Cheryl for the support and guidance I have received in the last few years. To my beloved friends, Liam, Maggie, Zoe, Macy. To my incredible roommates, Nur and Naho. To my mentor, Ms. Cornwell. I also want to thank my dad, who unfortunately passed away 3 years ago, but whom I know would have been really proud of me. And finally, to my mother, Sarah, thank you for teaching me everything I know. No hay palabras para describir lo agradecida que soy contigo. Tú me has demostrado con acciones y palabras lo que significa el valor. Tú me has enseñado cómo vivir una vida auténtica y genuina. Gracias por todas las oportunidades que me has dado. Eres mi motivación para seguir adelante. Thank you so much to all those very special people in my life who have supported me this far. You all been there with me through so much, and it is because of you that I'm standing here today. At the beginning of the school year, we seniors wrote a goal we wanted to achieve by the end of the year on a gold paper star. My goal was to conquer my fear of speaking to large crowds, and here we are today. I hope we're all able to achieve our gold stars, but what is most important is that we all work toward them. Life journey often demands that we step outside of our comfort zone. It's daunting, yes, but the reward is profound. It gives you the satisfaction of knowing that you've tried and that haunting what if no longer exists. The struggles and the challenges we face along the way shape who we are and only make us stronger. Even when you feel like you can't go on, never give up and keep fighting the battle, because in the long run, your hard work will pay off. As former Prime Minister Winston Churchill once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. Through our high school years, as a class, we have survived and supported each other through a pandemic, cold winters, adolescence, college admissions, and even winter carnival. Life, as we've learned in the last few years, can be rough. It will be filled with ups and downs. So surround yourself with people that make life worth living and enjoy it. High school will always be a memory we keep reminiscing on later in our lives. I lived some of my fondest memories here. Whether it was playing Scrabble with my friends, Mr. Connell's question of the day, roaming around the act looking for candy, making ice cream in chemistry class, taking a trip to Brewster, Madrid, by the way, it's real, and so many others. So I will stop now because I don't have enough time to talk about it all. Each of you will have your own memories, some share and some just for you. These seemingly ordinary moments will always hold a special place in our hearts. As we say goodbye to our high school years, let's share the good times and embrace the lessons learned. I want to remind you all that this is not the end. It's a prologue to an exciting new adventure in our lives. Just because one book ended doesn't mean that there will be no sequel. We have been given the tools to succeed, and it is up to us to use them to make a positive impact in the world. I know that each and every one of us has the potential to achieve great things, and I have no doubt that we will continue to make ourselves and those around us proud. As we leave this book behind and embark onto our next sequel, let's carry the courage, support, and memories with us, using them as a foundation to achieve our dreams and make a positive impact on the world. Thank you, Class of 24, for an unforgettable journey, and congratulations on this incredible achievement. Go Bobcats!
Thank you so much, Paulina. I think you did achieve that gold star. Before I share the names of our Class of 2024 award winners, I would like to acknowledge that this commencement ceremony falls on Memorial Day weekend. On Monday, services will be held all over the United States, honoring the men and women who've served this country in uniform and those who've made the ultimate sacrifice. Let's take a moment and recognize any active duty or retired military personnel who are with us today. If you will, please stand and allow us to honor you with our applause. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Now we recognize individual graduates for their academic achievements or contributions to the character of our community. The following awards are voted on by the Brewster faculty and carry with them the gratitude and respect of everyone in this community. First, the Ronald Buzzy Dorr Memorial Award goes to the graduate who exemplifies the qualities of alumnus Buzzy Dorr, showing outstanding leadership in the areas of academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities, and who's a friend to all. Throughout his time at Brewster, this year's recipient has consistently demonstrated exceptional leadership. His outstanding academic performance, particularly in challenging courses like AP Chemistry, AP Macroeconomics, and Statistics, reflects his dedication to excellence in the classroom. As a key player for the varsity hockey team, he has showcased his talent and leadership on the ice, setting an example for his teammates. And his community investment is evident in his active involvement in campus events and dorm activities where he fosters a sense of camaraderie, inclusivity, and joy. This year, he's helped to champion a range of fun new community events, including faculty-student games and other activities to build school spirit. Despite the demands of his busy schedule, he approaches each day with a positive outlook, embracing opportunities for personal growth. Though he's only been a member of our community for 2 years, his efforts as a leader, friend, and scholar will leave a lasting impression on our school community. This year's recipient of the Ronald Buzzy Dorr Memorial Award is senior prefect and plans to play junior hockey next year. Congratulations to Boaz Sakachevsky. The Faculty Growth Achievement Award is given to the graduate who has shown the greatest improvement in general record during their junior and senior years at Brewster. The 2024 recipient has achieved tremendous academic growth. While he always has demonstrated strong academic ability, this year he's also approached his classes and his assignments with impeccable consistency and quality, and he's exemplified our community core values each recognition period, earning John Brewster Scholar every single time. This past summer, he completed independent coursework that enabled him to meet his goals for advanced studies this year. Not only has he honed his individual responsibility for learning, he's taken on the responsibility of helping his peers, both inside and outside the classroom. A few of our seniors can attest that they would have really struggled in calculus this year without his help. He was also an inspiring captain and leader to his esports teammates. Currently, he aspires to be a teacher one day, and we would be really lucky to have him join our profession. Headed off to Skidmore College, this year's Faculty Growth Achievement Award winner is Henry Blackburn. The Jill Carlson Memorial Award is awarded to the female graduate who exhibits outstanding athletic abilities, determination, drive, and dedication, and displays an inquiring curiosity to learn about and experience life. A Brewster lifer, this year's Jill Carlson Memorial Award winner has brought her sparkling personality to classes, dorms, and sports since she arrived on campus as part of Team Cooper. In her senior year, she's also brought her ineffable spark to the stage during virtually every morning meeting and special school event. Her teachers note her meticulous preparation, disciplined work habits, and wonderful sense of humor, but also recognize that she's moved by the search for deeper meaning and for purpose. She's the very best kind of student to have in class because she's concerned not only with how to behave in the classroom, but how we ought to live our lives. In athletics, she's competed on interscholastic teams in each and every season and has served as captain for 2 teams in her senior year. She brings integrity to every component of athletics, showing care for her teammates, respect for her opponents, and enthusiasm for the opportunity to play and participate. As a senior prefect, she helped lead the school with devotion, maturity, wisdom, and joy. We're excited to see all that she makes of her experience at Villanova next year. The Jill Carlson Memorial Award goes to Ellery Nazo. The Mabel Kate Tarr Award is awarded to the graduate whose record is one of outstanding contribution to scholarship and citizenship. This student's academic strength is evident in her consistently high grades and her proactive approach to learning, particularly shining in challenging courses like AP Literature. Beyond academics, her dedication to serving others is remarkable. Her diverse and intentional efforts demonstrate her unwavering commitment to making a difference, particularly for children. Whether creating e-cards for patients at Dartmouth Hitchcock, planning events like Random Acts of Kindness Week and Nurse Appreciation Week. She knows how to rally the community for a common cause, as she did when she helped lead a collaboration between the National Honor Society and the Wolfboro Area Children's Center. She also knows how to have fun, showcasing her colorful personality in a new way during the recent Color War, an event she organized to support Maya's Spark Fund in memory of Maya James. Her persistence, positive attitude, and self-advocacy skills have allowed her to thrive academically while actively contributing to her community. Off to Vanderbilt University next fall. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the Mabel Kate Tarr Award, Zoe Hausler. The David Searches School Service Award is for the student who, in terms of spirit, dedication, and service, has done the most for the Brewster community. This year's David Searches School Service Award winner is the quintessential quiet contributor who's given back in countless ways. Even while taking an incredibly challenging academic course load, including 6 AP courses in the past 2 years, she's embodied the mantra, Brewster is better because of me, and I am better because of Brewster. She served as a student leader, treasurer of the National Honor Society, and led 2 clubs, the Random Acts of Kindness and Save the Children. A global scholar, this spring she seized the opportunity to spend time in Madrid, yes, it's real, and help strengthen the bonds uniting our 2 campuses. To know this student is to be inspired by her selfless service for the betterment of Brewster. This year's David Searches School Service Award goes to Paulina Trott. The Arthur J. Mason Foundation Award goes to 2 graduates who display good sportsmanship on the playing fields, in the halls, classrooms, and community. Our first Arthur J. Mason Foundation Award winner has attended Brewster for 4 years. She's certainly a good sport in the classroom, where she's always ready to proffer an answer to a challenging question and is moved by a sense of delight as she explores complex problems and vexing issues of civic importance. Athletically, she's been a star for the soccer team since coming in as a 9th grader, winning numerous championships and awards. In her senior year, she was an inspiring captain, modeling how to be a great teammate, how to win with grace, and how to lose, if only rarely, with composure. Despite incredibly demanding athletic commitments throughout the year, she also consistently made the time to give back. A Gold Key member, she's been a go-to tour guide for our Brewster admissions team and participated in Brewster Big Friends, Brewster Big Best Buddies every chance she could. Perhaps it was through these contributions that she's best epitomized the definition of the Arthur J. Mason Foundation Award. Best wishes at Trinity College next year, and congratulations to Kira Charette. While our second Arthur J. Mason Foundation Award recipient consistently demonstrates all of our community core values, he exemplifies independence and interdependence. Curious and engaged, considerate and enthusiastic, he has shown his commitment to his academics and co-curriculars and placed himself in positions to test and apply his leadership. This year, he took a rigorous set of classes, served as a dorm proctor while continuing to perform as a musician and compete as a mountain biker and a snowboarder. He's multi-talented and continues to deepen his current pursuits while being open to new experiences and opportunities. He's taken each aspect of Brewster seriously and has applied himself fully while also consistently demonstrating care and courtesy for others. Kindness will take you very far in this world, and for that alone, I'm convinced that this young man will have a bright future. His Brewster record is a testament to his fortitude and love of learning, and it's been a joy to see his personal growth and his impact here at Brewster. We have no doubt he'll continue to maximize opportunities to grow next year at the University of Colorado Boulder. Congratulations to a Renaissance man on the rise, Ben Weiss. The Burtis F. Vaughn Award goes to the graduate who has most successfully combined scholastic and athletic excellence with the personal qualities of sympathy, sincerity, appreciation, and awareness for all of his or her associations. It's with excitement that we celebrate an individual who's a stellar student, a gifted athlete, and a friend to our entire community. This John Brewster Scholar embodies Brewster's values of respect, responsibility, independence, and interdependence through her earnest and insightful interactions with her teachers and peers. She's generous with her time and willing to support others when they face academic hurdles. The qualities she embraces in the classroom transfer onto the softball field or the basketball court, where she also shines and inspires. She's a role model to her teammates and to the fans in the stands, demonstrating grit when things are challenging and celebrating the efforts and success of her teammates. During her 3 years at Brewster, she's grown to be a critical element in the dynamic inner workings of the school, helping our whole community, and especially the class of 2024, to work smoothly and to run inexorably into the future. Hailing from Hungary, where she'll return to continue her studies, we celebrate this year's Bertus F. Vaughn Award winner, Lily Nemeth. The Faculty Service Award goes to the student who provides the strongest example and makes the greatest commitment to community service, who considers such service not as a responsibility or an obligation, but rather as something that comes from a driving inner motivation to be of value to others. This year we have 2 recipients. Our first recipient has committed himself to our school community and has endeavored day after day and year after year to create lasting and intentional progress and improvement. He's a quiet and fervent agent of change, and he's worked productively as an individual and within numerous school groups. His efforts with Environmental Club, GSA Plus, Outcroppings, the Brewster Browser, the Art Department, and the Global and Art Scholar programs have made our school community and our world a better place. Fully embodying our community core values and demonstrating courtesy, kindness, fortitude, and grace in all interactions, we will remember this student well. We're excited to see him bring his academic drive, his giving spirit, and his creative talents to Boston University next year. We know he's prepared for a life of purpose, and we're proud to present a Faculty Service Award to Liam Fahey. Our second Faculty Service Award winner has attended Brewster for 3 years, and in that time, he's dedicated himself to improving and bettering not only himself, but also Brewster. With his charisma and kind demeanor, he brings a positive and joyful energy to his classes, dorms, and teams, and he's developed incredible discipline to balance academic success with a demanding athletic schedule. Because of his discipline and commitment, he's overcome challenges to accomplish so much at Brewster and prepare himself for terrific opportunities in the future as he continues on to Brown University next fall. Through his demonstrated competency to grow and to thrive, he is sure to excel in his future endeavors, and the Brewster community will celebrate those as much as we celebrate all that he's accomplished here. Our second Faculty Service Award goes to Jeremiah J.J. Jenkins. And finally, the Arthur M. Herlin Award is awarded to the graduate who has done the most for the welfare, good name, and progress of Brewster. It's considered among Brewster's highest honors, and Herlin Award winners are posted on a plaque just inside the academic building. This student's contributions have made an indelible mark on Brewster since the moment she stepped foot on campus. Her passion and zeal for all aspects of life on and off campus have been boundless, and her active membership in clubs and countless hours of community service are awe-inspiring. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the Student Leadership Team, and the Gold Key Club. She helped spearhead the ND Alliance program on campus, highlighting that great minds don't think alike. This year, while balancing 3 AP classes, she proposed and attended a student trip to Brewster, Madrid, designed to further connection between our 2 campuses. This young woman exemplifies all the outstanding qualities of a Brewster student and scholar, and she's the embodiment of what it means to live a life of purpose. We'll cherish the lasting contributions she's made to our academy, and we wish her all the best at Bates College next year. It's with heartfelt congratulations that we present this year's Arthur M. Herlin Award to Maggie Doyle. So let's once again congratulate all our award recipients and all of our students for everything they've done at Brewster. I now have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, our journalist, author, and educator, Meg Kissinger. Over her decades-long career as an investigative journalist, Ms. Kissinger has earned a reputation for her dogged pursuit of truth. For 2 decades, she traveled across the country reporting on the state of America's mental health care system for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. She also did groundbreaking reporting on deadly chemicals in household products and the lapses in proper testing to protect consumers. Her incredible body of work brought her many of the top accolades of her profession: 2 George Polk Awards, the Robert F. Kennedy Excellence in Journalism Award, and 2 National Journalism Awards among them. She was even a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. Her stories didn't just expose the abysmal living conditions for people with mental illness, they led to important change: the creation of more than 1,000 supportive housing units for people in Milwaukee living with mental illness. A graduate of DePauw University in Indiana, Ms. Kissinger shares her passion and prowess for the next generation of journalists, teaching investigative journalism at Columbia University's heralded Graduate School of Journalism. News outlets including Frontline, ProPublica, The New York Times, and The Wall Street Journal have sought her expertise. And last year, Celadon Books published her memoir, While You Were Out, an intimate portrait of mental illness in an era of silence. With dark humor, searing awareness, and honesty, she shares the deeply personal story of her own family's struggle with mental illness in the suburbs of Chicago in the 1960s. While You Were Out has been described as a book for anyone who cares about someone with mental illness, and an incisive exploration of the systems that failed her parents and seven siblings, as well as a testament to the love that sustained them. The New York Times Book Review said the raw intimacy of Meg Kissinger's prose exemplifies the empathy our society so desperately needs. We're so honored to hear from Meg today. Please join me in welcoming Meg Kissinger.
Woo! Hey, good morning, everybody. So you have to bear with me. I am that lady that A, needs glasses and also my iPad so I can read it in even bigger script. So I'm going to fumble for just 1 second. And here we go. Thank you so much for having me here today and inviting me to be your commencement speaker. What a place. I have to tell you, we don't have these mountains back where I'm from, and they're amazing. And the sparkling lake, to say nothing of the 204-year history that this place has of shaping young minds. So it's a great honor to be your graduation speaker today. Do you know who else is delivering commencement addresses this year? Dartmouth booked Roger Federer. Hampshire College signed Chelsea Manning. The University of Denver scored big time with quarterback Joe Flacco. Duke, as you may have heard, had Jerry Seinfeld. Even Choate snagged an actor, some dude named Adrian Grenier. Maybe you saw him in Entourage or The Devil Wears Prada or that Netflix series Clickbait. Pretty cool, right? Well, you guys get a 66-year-old grandmother from Milwaukee, Wisconsin that I'm pretty sure no one's ever heard of, except Harry Pappenfuss. Well, you're stuck with me for the next 10 minutes or so, so I promise to do my best up here to make it worth your while. Remember, all that is standing between you and your diploma is me. So pay attention. Class of 2024, you have seen some stuff. You started here at the height of COVID, and what a mess that was. What a mess the world still seems to be. There's a war in the Ukraine, a war in the Middle East, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, all intensifying thanks to global warming. Let's not forget the intense political division here at home. or the institutional disruptions going on in the media, academia, and industry. AI is replacing human beings. Little wonder the numbers of people reporting depression and anxiety are at all-time highs. Even Elmo says he gets bummed out. So it's easy to despair about the future. But listen up, I've got some good news. One of the values of being a grandmother is that you've lived a long time and you have perspective. You see the long arc of history and you learn that things can change, often for the better. Just because something seems dire right now doesn't mean that it will be so 20 years from now, or 5, or even next week. In fact, what looks like a defeat right now might turn out to be a win. Here's a confession. I did not get into my dream college. Whatever, Northwestern. So I ended up at DePauw University, a school I'd barely heard of, on a campus upon which I'd never set foot. When my parents dropped me off at Greencastle, Indiana in August of 1975, I took one look around the campus and thought, you cannot be serious. I am not going here. I tried to scramble back into the station wagon and have them drive me back to Chicago. But you know what? I ended up loving it there. Not at first, but eventually. I got to be editor of the campus newspaper, a big fish in a little pond, as my mother used to say. And 4 years later, my parents had to practically chase me around with a net to get me back in that station wagon to take me home. Then off I went to the wilds of upstate New York to take a job as a newspaper reporter. I was thrilled. I was also completely lost. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to balance a checkbook. I didn't know how to drive a stick shift. My editors had me writing obituaries and wedding announcements. This was not the dream career that I thought that I was going to have. But in time, I learned how to write and report my way onto the front page, and how to cook well enough, and even how to maneuver my little Toyota all around the Adirondacks. I even met my husband there. In 1997, my youngest brother, Danny, died by suicide, the second of my 7 siblings to do so. And that was a tremendous sorrow. Danny had written me a letter a week before he died, acknowledging how awful it was to live with mental illness. And he urged me to do all that I could to let people know that what we really need is love and understanding. That catapulted me into a career writing about this country's so-called mental health system, which is really not a system at all. So I traveled all over the country, talking to people who were crippled by the menacing voices in their head or the depression that had them practically chained to their beds. I showed how they were not getting the kind of robust care that they needed. Yeah, we had closed down those awful asylums, but we failed to build good, decent places for them to live on their own. And now they were living and dying, often in squalor, on the streets, in jails, and in prisons. Those stories were disturbing, but important. And I was on fire, cranking out one front page story after another, and then boom, a bad mammogram, breast cancer, chemo, radiation, mouth sores, blisters all over my body. I was bald and confused, too foggy to keep a story straight, and I worried that my career was over. You won't believe what happened next. There was a young science reporter in the newsroom at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel who was working on some stories about how the federal government was shirking its responsibility in testing the safety of common household chemicals. Some of those chemicals, like bisphenol A, were being used in thousands of everyday products, including baby bottles, though some scientists suspected that even at low doses, these chemicals might be causing a host of maladies like diabetes, asthma, and yes, even breast cancer. This young reporter was super bright and a whiz at reading scientific studies, but she might need some help writing her stories for a general audience, the managing editor told me. He thought I might be able to help. Frankly, I think now he was just looking for something for me to do. Whatever, I took the job. The extent of my science knowledge was the biology class that I had taken my sophomore year of high school. I got a C. But after 3 decades as a newspaper reporter, I knew how to whip up a story on deadline and go up to total strangers and get them to talk to me. Against all odds, the young reporter and I made a great team. We lit it up like Lennon and McCartney. That's a cultural reference that your grandparents might get. The two of us took the world by storm. We proved that scientists from the chemical industry were writing huge portions of the government assessments word for word. We revealed the playbook that chemical industry's executives used to try and discredit any safety concerns as hysterical ramblings by uninformed young mothers. We found conflicts of interest that had never been reported. One of our stories was quoted in an editorial in the New York Times, and we were named as finalists for the Pulitzer Prize in investigative reporting. Eventually, we won several other national reporting contests. That young reporter was Suzanne Rust, a.k.a. Harry Pappenfuss's mom, who's now an investigative environmental reporter for the Los Angeles Times. Working alongside Suzanne, I learned more journalism in my 50s than in any of the other 3 decades in my career combined. She taught me how to challenge authority, to dig for proof, to look past the convenient narrative and consider who is profiting and how that might skew their views. In other words, abide by the famous newsroom rule. If your mother tells you she loves you, check it out. So I can tell you with all conviction that for every door that slammed in my face, another one opened up, taking me to places I never dreamed I'd see. And may I add, I would include a podium here on the beautiful shores of Lake Winnipesaukee. After Suzanne left Milwaukee for a fellowship at Stanford, I went back to more familiar turf, writing about people who struggle with their mental health. Ultimately, again with Suzanne's help, I landed a job teaching investigative reporting at Columbia University's Graduate School of Journalism. And that led me to the opportunity to finish the book that I told everybody for years that I would write. And I did so using the tools that Suzanne taught me. I never would have thought that any of these things would happen, but they all did, somehow. So you see, each of those disappointments can lead to opportunity, and it can do the same for you. Grandma has a few parting thoughts. Number 1, know yourself, love yourself, be proud of who you are. Each of you has gifts that others don't have. In the immortal words of Dr. Seuss, my favorite philosopher, there's no one alive who's youer than you. Embrace that. Each one of you is a precious gift to this world. Number 2, be humble. Remember the Suzannes of the world, those who helped you get to where you are today. I'm looking at you, parents and faculty. 3, finally, and this is the most important one, never give up hope. What you think might be the worst thing to happen to you can be a springboard to the best thing that can happen to you. Today is a commencement. It's not an end, it's a beginning. And all those possibilities are out there waiting for you to grab them. So Brewster Academy, class of 2024, go get 'em. But first, I wouldn't be a proper grandmother if I didn't send you forward with 3 imperatives. Eat your vegetables. Call home at least once a week. And for God's sakes, sit up straight.
Harry Pappenfuss, would you like to come up and say a special thank you to Meg?
My godson.
One more round of applause for Meg Kissinger. Thank you. All right, the moment you have all been waiting for, the awarding of diplomas. To help with this, I would like to introduce two honored guests who will help to read the names of our graduates today. Each year, the students of the graduating class dedicate their yearbook, the Winnipesaukee, to a member of the Brewster community. And as an honor, that person announces the names of our graduates as their diplomas are awarded. This year, the class of 2024 selected a beloved faculty member who's retiring after 25 years of service to Brewster, Mrs. Laura Cooper. We all have mixed emotions as we say thank you and farewell to someone who has built quite a legacy at Brewster. It's hard to imagine this school without Mrs. Cooper's enthusiasm and her warmth. I'm so glad that the students have chosen to honor her with the yearbook dedication, because it certainly puts a lovely coda on her Brewster tenure. For the past 17 years, Mrs. Cooper has served as our 9th grade team leader, as well as serving as assistant coach for both the girls' varsity soccer and girls' varsity lacrosse teams. She's also a traveling whiz, leading our 9th grade trip to Cadiz, Spain, and our 5-week study abroad experience in Santiago de Compostela, two of the most culturally enriching opportunities we are proud to offer students. She spent countless hours, truly countless, because we did try, on strategy teams, committees, and other behind-the-scenes groups that have strengthened and enriched Brewster through the years. She's also made time to foster our Lifer program, recognizing students who spend all 4 years of high school at Brewster. With this in mind, next year, we will introduce a new award at the end of the year ceremonies called the Laura Cooper Lifer Award. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Cooper on her incredible career and wish her well in retirement. Laura, please join us at the podium. Joining Mrs. Cooper, I would also like to invite up Kunkorn Tepnorat, Guidance Officer with the Office of Educational Affairs at the Royal Thai Embassy in Washington, D.C., to convey diplomas to our students from the Royal Thai Scholar Program. We're so pleased to have him join us again this year to celebrate all that these students have achieved and contributed to our community. Please welcome Mr. Tepnorat.
Parita Yayod. Pon Pavi Kamjon Ved. Pakharin Lee Tai Rong.นภัทร พิชิตพันธ์ พิพิชยสีดำ อภิชาติ ชัยรัตน์
Crystal Sylvanus. Liza Claire Palazezi. Grace Isabella Renaud. Ryo Yamamura. Riley Ann Rizzitano. Nurj Tuju. Naho Oki. Lindsay Brianna Roberson Ortega. Zoe Catherine Hausler. Kaylin Elizabeth Corbally. Isabella Masca Counts. Grayson Betty Moradian. Katerina Karpayev. Aryan Sunil Kashid. Jacob Harrison Kunkel. Shota Fukagawa. Austin Schuyler Kogan. John Harmon Northrop IV. Patrick E. Harnan. Luke Anthony Clark. Thomas F. Harnan. Benjamin Weiss. Henry Redfield Blackburn. William O. Barry. Maya Catherine Nemi. Lily Maria Amy Panagos. Mark Raymond Anstis. Mason C. Meltzer. Emily Elizabeth Dahl. Audrey Paige Burke. Eleanor Michael Armstrong. Mackenzie Dean Olson. Henry Rust Pappenfuss. Ian Timothy DeSanctis. Joseph Clemmy Childs II. Padraig L. Provost. Marvell Jr. James. Elijah Ladeo Crawford. David Joseph Ailes. Harrison Sterling Jackson. Adam Jamal Fox. Noyes Indroshaitis. Cole Riley Kerouac. Grace G. Long. Gabrielle Elise Harper. Claudia Hernandez Sanchez. Colin Pierre Petty. Yutong Louis. Anna Maria Fitzgerald. Julia Margaret Kumrian. Charlotte Thompson. Ella Raymond. Ellery Anderson Nazo. Margaret Elizabeth Doyle. Tegan Marie Garfield. Grace Inouye. Alexandra Kate Jacobson. Grace Ann Matthews. Victoria Lynn Wilson. Kira Teresa Charette. Paulina Trott. Macy Van Arsdale. Liam Aiden Fahey. Zhu Gaojian. Zahi Shu. Carlo Adrian Cochigano. Tyler Chad Cogan. Lily Nemeth. Benjamin Collins. Patrick James Ray. Hendrik Bernard van Ogtrop Hofberger. Liam Joseph Flaherty. John Maddox Muir. Jackson Vance Lovett. Alexander Matthew Daigneault. Boaz Jake Sakachevsky. Jun Sang Oh. Huyen Huing Bach. Edward Finian Frayson Sawin. Miranda Stillwell. Eliza Toll. Sophie Jade Bolognese Bloom. Gabrielle Ferenc.
My name wrong.
Oliver Barton Mansourian. John Robert Linko. Nicholas Tom Lindinger. Liam James Taylor. William Mehmet Ayudodu. Jeremiah J. Jenkins. Darren DJ Latuan Shine Jr. Howie Liu. Mason Davis Moses. Caleb William Middleton. Gabriel. I apologize. Gabriel.
How about a big round of applause for the class of 2024? Really, really proud of you guys. In addition to Laura Cooper, we do have one other faculty member who will be retiring this year, and we want to recognize her. I'd like to offer our deep appreciation to instructional support teacher Lauren Hammond. The ultimate, yes. The ultimate Brewster lifer, Lauren grew up on campus as the daughter to faculty icons Bob and Shirley Richardson. She's an alum and a Brewster parent of 2 graduates, Kelsey, class of 2010, and Sean, class of 2009. Ms. Hammond, thank you for 22 years of service and for your impact on so many Brewster students. We know you will stay close and continue to add to your Brewster story. Thank you, Ms. Hammond. Now I would love to have our graduates please stand and be recognized as a group. Congratulations to our class of 2024. Class marshals, if you'd like to come forward, you can direct your class in moving their tassels. Thank you. You may be seated for one more moment. Class of 2024, in closing, I'll leave you with a brief quote from one of my favorite authors, Lucy Maud Montgomery, who said, "It's not what the world holds for you, it's what you bring to it." We know you have so much to offer, and we're excited to follow you in your journeys ahead. Reverend Don Adams will now join us for the benediction.
As we end our time together today, I ask for God's blessing upon all the students, their family, friends, the teachers and staff of Brewster Academy, and the wider supporting community and institution. May the grace of the Holy One be upon you all. May the Spirit lead you out into the world and encourage you to be bold. May you not shrink back from the enormity of the troubles of this world, but instead be empowered to know that you are just what the world needs in this time. May you be courageous and creative in developing your dreams. May you be kind and compassionate in all of your interactions. May you find mentors who will continue to press you in your pursuits and others who will share in your passions. May you continue to learn and create, daring to share your full self with this world. And may the world receive your gifts with joy and appreciation. Go with God's blessing, creating love, peace, and justice wherever you go. And may we all trust that the world will be better because you are in it. Amen. Traveling mercies upon you all today.
Okay, graduates, it's time for the big moment. If you'd like to stand up, we're going to get ready to throw our caps into the air. Please be careful with your toss. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, class of 2024. With our ceremony at a close, our graduates and faculty will now depart. Please remain standing and at your seats during the recessional. We ask that guests remain on the field until our graduates have processed through the faculty receiving line towards the Smith Center. We hope you'll enjoy some time for photos and then join us for a luncheon at the Grayson Student Center in the Rogers Building. Thank you all. Congratulations.